Sorry, I wasn't prepared. Hi. Joe Cabrera Zermeno, Hawaiian Gardens Politics Now. I'd like to say that we have a school board meeting tomorrow, which is very important for our residents in Hawaiian Gardens, whose school board member is Chris Apodaca. For Hawaiian Gardens, we have a meeting tomorrow, Tuesday, April 7th, 2020, and it starts as usual at 7 o'clock, but it's going to be in telephone format. And what is very important is this: Fedde Middle School needs a new principal. And they're going to select one before the new year next fall. And it's going to be decided relative to the community members that will be part of the decision-making process for our city here in Hawaiian Gardens, for our students here in Hawaiian Gardens. The board member who is going to appoint these two people is Sophia Say. She's from Cerritos and has been on that board for a whole lot of years. This is what is on the agenda under Human Resources section, which you can speak to this agenda item when it comes up. It is 2.2-C, the appointment of community members to serve on the screening committee for the selection of the principal, Fedde Middle School. The superintendent and staff recommend approve the appointment of Mr. Anantha Ramachandran and Mrs. Serena Ewan, community members, to serve on the screening committee for the selection of principal, Fedde Middle School. Mr. Anantha is a resident of the City of Cerritos. Mrs. Serena is a member of the City of Cerritos. Fedde Middle School is in the City of Hawaiian Gardens. Mr. Anantha Ramachandran is an Indian Pakistani ancestor, his culture, who has children in the Cerritos Schools District and school system in those cities. Mrs. Serena Yuen lives in the City of Cerritos, doesn't have any children in the City of Hawaiian Gardens. That's right. Neither one of those two people that Sophia Say board trustee, none of those people have children that go to our schools. And yet Sophia Say, Cerritos representative, is going to appoint two Cerritos residents to select Fedde Middle School principal. If you see my head kind of tilt a little bit, it's like the same. Huh? Seriously, Sophia Say? You ran for city council recently in this last election and you lost. And now you're going to put up two other people that are possible political allies? who quite possibly run for city council in the next term. So now you're getting them in the system. My opinion. But what I want to tell you about Mrs. Ewan and Mr. Ramachandran is Fedde Middle School is majority Latino, Hispanic, come from Mexico, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, and their cultural, educational experiences are quite different than those in Cerritos that Mr. Ramachandran and Mrs. Yuan come from. Let me give you the correct spelling. Now remember, it's 2.2-C on the agenda item. Oh, and you can go to the ABC Unified School District website and look under board meetings, and you can open up the agenda. There are two. There's like a short version, which they hand out at a meeting. And then there's the one that has the full complement of information on this. Mr. Anantha, Anantha, Ramachandran, Ramachandran, and Mrs. Serena Yuan, SerinaYuan. Do those sound like Latino names? No. How can they decide who the principal's going to be? The most qualified would be Chris Apodaca, who is our representative and has been for the last 5 years. You have a right to speak under this. You have 5 minutes that you can speak to our public here in Hawaiian Gardens and Artesia. Let me go on further. And say that it is necessary for our principal at Fedde to understand who his target audience is, which is the children of Hawaiian Gardens, our youth, whose many parents do not speak English, pardon me. And so if there is ever a situation that may come up, we want somebody who understands the culture of the Latino, the culture of the Hispanic. This is not being racist. This is being real. Do you think if they were going to appoint a principal at a Cerritos school, Whitney, Cerritos, and every other school that's there, elementary, do you think they're going to invite me, my neighbor, or some other person from Hawaiian Gardens? Seriously? You have a right to speak for 5 minutes under this item. But let me also say that you have a right to speak under public comments. 5 minutes. In which you can say anything you want relative to our school district and what you're seeing. Why? We're the taxpayers. We're the ones paying their salaries. From every culture. Not just this Asian group that's coming up. Now, I understand that there is a very small percentage that is mandated by the school district. Mandated. A very small portion of students at Fedde that must attend Whitney. Did you get that? Your kid may not be able to go to Whitney under the 90% of our students here in Hawaiian Gardens. But that 10% are the ones that come from the other areas, mainly the City of Cerritos. Why? So they can get their students, their kids, into Whitney, like almost automatically. They don't have to work for it as much as other students in Cerritos because they all have that same amount. They have to have, all their students can go to Whitney, the Harvard of high schools in this area, where so much money is poured into, so much attention is poured into. They don't give a rat's ass about us. I'm finding that out, and I've been there now for a year. Chris has worked hard, and he won't tell you that. He's honest about it. I'm an artist. I have an opinion. I'm 70 years old. I have an opinion. I have eyes of a journalist. Back in the 80s and 90s, I was a regular at school board meetings, ABC, working with not only school board members, but our own council people. So I'm not new to it. I've just come out of retirement to help our kids. Your kids are my kids. I'm not going to ever have any kids, but your kids are my kids. This community is my community, our community. I'm sorry I digressed, but there's a small percentage of students that the Cerritos people want to get in to Whitney automatically. Seriously, if they get their kid at Fedde, they'll be able to like get a little inside chance to get in their kids into Whitney. It's unfair. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Sophia Say. Wait a minute, I do. You're here for Cerritos only. If you seriously wanted a good principal, why are you choosing these two people? Mr. Anantha and Mrs. Sophia. Disingenuous. And I urge all our residents to call in, and I'm going to read you how right now, to call in and voice your opinion. Let me read you what our board member, Chris Apodaca, recently put up on the Hawaiian Gardens Politics Now page and his own page. But here is the new normal for the next few months under the coronavirus COVID-19 era, in which social distancing is the mandate for most of the United States. Nearly 96%. It's online public board meeting. They're going to do it by phone. We don't go to the board meeting anymore. We'll do it by phone. Public comments instructions. Persons wishing to address the board should submit their comments during the public comment period, which runs from 8 a.m. on Monday, April 6th, 2020, that was this morning, and it runs to 12 p.m. tomorrow, April 7th, 2020, via one of the following methods. Did you hear that? You have until tomorrow, 12 in the afternoon, to leave a message stating that you want to speak, either just for public comments about what you see going on in ABC, and you don't have to be a parent. We're taxpayers. We just passed a $63 million bond, Measure BB, to improve our schools, which I am a member of that oversight committee, only 7 members. And I am one of those people representing the community. Here are 3 methods. You can send an email to public.comments@abcusd.us. Number 2, submit your comment via this form. And then they've got a link where you can submit your comment. Let me read it to you very slowly. Write it down, and then put that into your search bar on your laptop or computer or cell. HTTP://public.comments@abcusd.us. Again, that's http://myabcusd.org/public comment. And number 3, which is the method that I just called, and it's to call. And you'll get a prompt from a digitized operator, and you can leave a message. And there are 2 things that I want to emphasize here. First, number 3, call 562-317-4308 and leave a voicemail. Comments submitted will be presented during the public comments section, which is limited to 1 hour, and each speaker to 1 presentation of 5 minutes, unless the board wishes to waive the time limit. Those who have a group concern are encouraged to select a spokesperson to address the board. Group selection during social distancing. If you want to speak, speak. It is your right. It is your First Amendment. Again, you don't have to be a parent. Comments submitted regarding a specific agenda item will be presented following the staff comments and prior to the board's discussion and taking action. This is how it works. They're going to read agenda number 2.2-C. They'll read it off. They'll say what it is that the board member, in this case, Sophia Say, is going to appoint Mr. Ananthara and Mrs. Ewan. And then staff will present the case, think court, will present the case to the Board of Trustees. Following that, the president or the clerk of the board will say, are there any comments? And then they'll name these people off. Remember, we're doing this by phone. So, in which case, then the public speaks. They have no limit on here relative to that, but on the general, and I've been to a number of meetings, on the general, not a lot of people come up to agenda items, especially during consent calendar. But this is the time, under the agenda, after they bring it up, that you want to tell them you want to speak under 2.2-C, the appointment to hire a new principal at Fedde Middle School, where they're going to appoint Sophia Say, board member from Cerritos, is going to appoint two of her residents from Cerritos. And in this case, I know their parents. I've heard them speak at board meetings. So their main interest, I would imagine, and here I am being creative thinking, is to get their kids at the Fedde so they can get like an automatic ticket to go to Whitney. Seriously. Do they know anything about Latinos, Chicanos, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Hondurans, Puerto Ricanos? I live here. I've seen those cultures. I've spoken to those cultures. Over 20 years. That's who lives here. Not just Mexicans from a certain special interest group. Adverse remarks about a person's race, ancestry, ethnic group identification, religion, color, national origin, sex, sexual orientation, gender, mental or physical handicap, or age may not be made. The way that I just explained it to you, I'm not in front of a board. I'm telling you the truth, as always. I support every culture and every religion on this planet, and I always have and always will be. But in this case, we have an Indian Pakistani man and a woman from one of the Asian countries. UN, I think, is Chinese. I've traveled the world. I know a lot of these cultures. But what do they know about Hawaiian Gardens? Concerns presented to the board will be followed up and addressed by the appropriate staff. Following the public comments, the Board of Trustees will, up there in public, on the phone, discuss this appointment by Sophia Say from Cerritos, the appointment of two members from Cerritos of her community to appoint our principal in Hawaiian Gardens, Fedde Middle School. Now, what I'd like to explain to you is how you make a good presentation. Speak slowly, clearly. And here's the main thing. Time yourself. I think many of you have heard me speak, and my sister, Lorraine. And we understand that time up there is precious, especially when you're not used to speaking in public. You get nervous. You and you lose your time, your train of thought. Write down your speech. Go prepared. Take the time. We only have a few hours left, people. And share this video to your other friends and family who have kids that are going to go to Fedde. They don't have to go to Fedde. The children of our elementary schools are going to eventually be going there. So get this out to anyone that you know that has school children at ABC Unified School District, particularly from Hawaiian Gardens. Write down your thoughts. Rewrite. And rewrite. And then time yourself. Get your cell phone out. Time yourself first. Read it first to yourself. Time it. Then go back. Look at your speech. How did you think you sounded? Did you get all the points you wanted to? So go back to the rewrite table and think in these terms. You have a topic sentence. I'm a journalist. I'm a graphic designer, been an art director, public relations, communications throughout the world. Your first main sentence is your main topic. Why you're talking about it. Then your subsequent paragraphs are topics to expound on. And then finally, summarize what you just told the board. Because this is what we're doing. We're speaking to the board to say, Sophia Say, what the hell's wrong with you? The two choices may be fine and good to run for city council in Cerritos later, or to be appointed to committees that you want to pursue later, such as school of choice later. But in this case, what relevance do these two residents from Cerritos have to do with understanding the community of Hawaiian Gardens? After you have written, rewritten, timed it, this time, tape yourself on your selfie. Tape yourself reading your speech with your timer. 5 minutes. Take your time. Emphasize the main points. And then once you know when 5 minutes are up, it's over. No one will interrupt you. What I've just discovered recently, they just appointed Olga Rios as president. And another board member as the clerk. She likes to interrupt people. And she used to be a president herself. She has no compunction to interrupt you. She don't give a damn about you or your rights. She's going to take advantage of you because you're afraid of speaking in public. So be aware, that's why you're preparing. So you don't get interrupted needlessly, because she will. She's already proven it. She's done it to me. Lately. And she was just appointed. Her name is Sue Yu. Mrs. Sue Yu is the clerk. And like I said, she's just been on a month and a half, 2 months. Was a former president. And she believes she has the right to interrupt you. When you go to a board meeting, they've got a little sign that says 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Time's up. But without words. Just a little. So you know. So you won't be interrupted, but Suyu floors me. She was the president of that board. She has no respect for us. And what I've seen is for me, but I'm sure she's going to show full respect for any member from the City of Cerritos. Again, I've been there at those meetings. I have full respect for everyone until this term with Olga Rios, who is not supporting us whatsoever. Her sister Marianne Rios wants to run for president, council again. Not going to happen. And Olga Rios was born or raised here. Still has her mother and her family here. Now lives in Lakewood. She represents Lakewood. But she won't touch Hawaiian Gardens because of the bruja. And this coven that is here. And the familiars. And the child molester that are here. That run this city. So I'm urging you all to call 317-4308 and leave a voicemail. Until tomorrow at 12 noon, you have to do this. After you've listened to me, get on the phone, call. When you say that you want to speak under the public comment, all you have to do is give the bare necessity of what you want to speak on. I want to speak about the fence that's at this school. I want to speak at, but you can expound on it. All they use that for is when you write it on a card at the board meeting, they'll take that card and read off what your main topic is. Often for me, I want to speak on the oversight committee. On the oversight committee, and that's it. But when you get up there, you can speak on it, elaborate. But it's just sort of so it kind of goes in the initial thought patterns of these board members. So, what I'm asking our board members, Dr. Olga Rios, Mrs. Leticia Mendoza from Artesia, Mr. Chris Apodaca from Hawaiian Gardens, Mr. Ernie Nishi from Cerritos, and Mr. Maynard Law from Cerritos, to think about this seriously. There's something inherently gone awry with the thought of Cerritos residents coming into Hawaiian Gardens and selecting our principal. But we understand why, as I said. It's because there is a certain portion allotted for students that must go from Fedde to Whitney. It's written in the rules. And so that's why they're there. They're only there to care about Cerritos kids, not ours. And this is the truth. You all know me. I speak the truth. Hawaiian Gardens Politics Now asks you to please get involved in public comments. You have to call by tomorrow, 12 p.m. Call on the phone. That's going to be the easiest. 317-4308 and leave a voice message. Or you can send an email to public.comments@abcusd.us, or you can go to the submit a comment to the HTTP link that I just read slowly. So, again, this is very important, people. Call. Tell the people at ABC your opinion. It's up to you. But I'll be honest. Again. The majority of that board is Cerritos. And unless there is something else done by either MALDEF and an attorneys, some other attorneys, to solve this inequity, this is what we got to work with, people. Again, it's under human resources, and it is a consent item, which means they don't even have to talk about it. They could just take a vote and say, oh, I vote to approve the consent calendar as is, and they'll do it, and not even bring it up. So you have to call and say, I want to speak on that item. Otherwise, they're going to do just as this coven of witches and familiars and child molester supporters at the City of Hawaiian Gardens, City Hall. So you're going to speak to consent item, human resources, 2.2-C, the appointment of community members to serve on the screening committee for the selection of principal, Fedde Middle School. Superintendent and staff recommend approve the appointment of Mr. Anantha Ramachandran and Mrs. Serena Yuen, community members, to serve on the screening committee for the selection of principal, Fedde Middle School. And I apologize to Mr. Ramachandran for earlier misspelling your name. I'm just not that familiar with that name, other than seeing you at public comments a couple times. And when Chris was president, Chris Apodaca, our school board member, District 7, was up there, and you went up and showed your true colors, sir. And if I'm not mistaken, a couple board meetings ago, Serena Yuen submitted a petition to rename a building at Cerritos High School. And funny as it may seem, Mr. Ramachandran brought up during public comment that that was illegal. It is stipulated in the rule book that you have to have members from the entire community, the district, to rename any existing building, structure, school. But again, don't quote me. I have to go back and do my research. That Mrs. Yuen presented a list of all these Cerritos people, an entire petition of people from Cerritos, to Dr. Olga Rios from Lakewood to rename a school at Whitney, a building, not a school, a building. In which case there were many people on the board that said no, they disagreed. But she was going to go on with it right there and then. Again, all Cerritos only were going to be part of the ABC Unified School District decision making. And what about us? That's why we have Chris Apodaca there. So please, call. Otherwise, it's just going to happen. Again, Cerritos making decisions. Let me see, what's the word here? Bullshit. Call. Get involved at ABC Unified School District, just as I did. And I was appointed as one of 7 on the Oversight Committee for Measure BB that we, all the taxpayers, approved for $63 million to improve our schools. Please, let me give you that number again. Again, just leave a brief. You can take the rest of the night, the morning, the afternoon, until in the evening at 7 o'clock will be the meeting for you to create your speech. Again, call 317-4308. God bless you all. Every God. Alhamdulillah. Blessed be his name. And our Hindu friends and neighbors, and every other culture that's out there. We're a community of everyone in this global pandemic. It knows no culture, it knows no age. Children, babies, young adults, 30s, 40s, 50s, and many of us are dying from the novel coronavirus, COVID-19. So stay safe, stay home. Remember, social distancing is very important, and keep safe the air that goes into your bodily holes, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. Avoid using the PPE that are necessary for our medical staff. But cover your face. But also remember, you don't want to put something that is very porous as a fabric. You need a couple layers to stop the pathogen, which is now, we are informed, spread by just speaking. A chorus the other day, I was in the news. They almost all got it. They did the social distancing. They didn't touch. And they all got it just from breathing their own air. This is the reality. So, cover anywhere that you're at. God bless you. All our gods. Stay safe. And I'll talk to you later.
What